Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon, and Lady Sakura. Okay, poor Canadian. Let's see what we're going to do. Could influence. Let's fulfill our spy's needs. See what that'll do for us. Okay. 10% chance. Right, so we're going to have to try that another time then. Next time we come back. Okay, what else have we got? Let's call it the Hearts Cross House. Port. The governor is very, very busy. An attaché offers you a bowl of sugared puffballs. Explains the work the governor does among the natives. Got to keep them happy. What? After all, they are tigers. Okay, we won't influence affairs. We will find the avuncular broker Snuffer, though, if we can. The docks throng, the streets bustle, the blue bazaar heaves, thousands upon thousands of faces. The Snuffer could be hiding behind any one of them. How will you find them? 90% chance, 20% chance. Okay, well, let's do this then. Low risk challenge. Good day's work. You issue coded instructions to your agents. Within the day, the Snuffer is identified, isolated, subdued with the gift of a carefully poisoned hat steeped in paralytic jellyfish extracts, placed in a coffin, carried to your ship, and chained in the hold before the poison wears off. A diet of mudra-salted candles keeps it quiet for the return journey. It has been masquerading as an aide at the governor's mansion. Undoubtedly questions will be asked regarding his disappearance, but you'll be long gone by then. You've captured poor Canadian Snuffer and are to return it to the broker in Adam's Way. Okay, well, I guess we're going back to Adam's Way then. And yeah, that's pretty much all we're going to do there. Shops wise, could buy some fuel. Let's go to Sapphire Exchange. We don't have anything that we could really sell here. Okay, so let's go back to Adam's Way then. From what I remember, those crazy bat things were hanging around there. Yeah, there they are there. Okay, so we have to be careful and try and get by them. Adam's Way is actually pretty far away. Kind of thinking maybe we should do it another time, but I'm wary of the thing that we've captured getting away. So instead we're going to well, first of all, we're going to go a bit faster because those guys are now interested in us. That's not a good thing at all. Looks like we can outrun them though. Slow down a little. Crying heights where the blue prophets call the names of those about to die. Well, don't call our name, please. A soft wind from the east, the impossible scent of pine. Okay, so we're not too far away, I don't think. Yeah. Oh, actually, about halfway. Thought we were a lot closer than that. Right, so, So, I guess update, everybody, I guess, is talking about the whole COVID-19 coronavirus thing, so might as well give you a bit of an update from my perspective. So, I was due to move back to Ireland. I currently live in Japan. I was due to move back on April 19th, or April 14th, sorry. And I kind of, the last couple of weeks, been feeling, well, that's probably not a good idea since Ireland is in complete lockdown. And here in Japan, actually, we haven't, fingers crossed, hasn't been so bad. At least at the moment. There's no lockdown, there aren't that many cases. I am a bit worried that the government don't seem to be taking it as seriously as other countries, and maybe there's at some point, that's going to come back to haunt them. But there are advantages here in Japan. One, people tend to do what they're told here, so you get less kind of mavericks who decide that, if the government says have social distancing or avoid certain things or wash your hands or whatever, they're just contrarian and they won't do what they're told just because somebody's telling them to do it. Doesn't matter whether it's good or not. Whereas here in Japan, people tend to do what they're told. One of the negatives, though, is part of the whole coronavirus thing, trying to make sure you don't get it, is wash your hands regularly and properly. And having been in a lot of toilets here, I know that that's not happening, at least with men. And then there's the other thing, which is that a lot of public restrooms here don't have soap dispensers. And just water on its own is not going to kill the virus. But then on the plus side of things is people in Japan generally don't shake hands or hug. In terms of greetings, there's obviously we bow to each other over here, and then people just aren't that affectionate and aren't that close, so you don't generally get people hugging each other here or making other kind of contact like that, like high fives or anything like that. Don't really happen that much here. Anyway, let's get back here and we'll talk about that soon enough. Okay, so we've got an unfinished tale. Where are we here? The gracious lean forward avidly. Okay, I guess it's this one, right? A new day. The log ends immediately after an intriguing discovery. Did the captain survive? Did she return to her sweetheart? The Graces are unconcerned. Endings always disappoint, don't you think? The day has just begun. In the town square, a yellow-robed priestess plants a seed in a bed of black soil. No sooner has she patted down the soil than a tiny shoot pokes forth. By mid-morning it will be a sapling. By lunchtime, a budding tree. By the evening's end, it will wither and fall. You must be back in her ship before then. Okay, so we use a log. Right, here it is here. Deliver the snuffer to the avuncular broker. You contain this creature in a barrel. You order it rolled to the broker's door. Job well done. Excellent. Roll it on in, my friend. I owe you another lunch, I think. But first, your payment. He hands you a large cream envelope. Inside is a chart. It's folds stiff with sea salt. The corner is stamped with the seal of the Empress herself. The label, First Voyage of Glatia, 1867, and shows a tenuous, roving course across the undersea. As you leave, the avuncular broker is keen to keep in touch. Perhaps I will have another commission for you. After a conversation with our mutual friend. He pats the top of the barrel. The thing inside kicks. Okay, so we get one revelatory chart, and we gained one extraordinary implication as well. Okay, cool. That was definitely worth coming back. Now, what else could we do here? Catch a nut. Assist the hospital. Let's just wait for the day to end so we can lose a bit of terror and leave. Okay, and then back to our ship. And shops here. Buy some fuel. Probably do need to buy a little bit of fuel, so let's do that. Let's bring ourselves up to 25, I guess. Okay. And then I think we're just gonna head on out. So the other shroom is probably the next place we're gonna go to, right? Let's see, we actually talked about it last time. So maybe not the other shroom. I think the Zelos town, and then up to Van Horn Harbour, then across to the other shroom. I think makes more sense. We haven't gone to Pigmo Isle this time around, and we may skip it depending on how we are. We could go obviously that way, but we might just go straight up there and then across here and make a way up that way. But we'll see. Yeah, so back to the whole COVID-19 story. So yeah, so I was meant to move back to Ireland, but my flight today has been cancelled. So I'm going to be here for the foreseeable future. And we're kind of, one thing that I think is worrying right now is that we're in the middle of the sakura season, which is the cherry blossom season here. And there's a lot of people going to Hanami. And generally, I haven't seen yet because I haven't been to Hanami, and I might actually do with my wife too. We don't want to go into Tokyo because we feel there are going to be way too many people there, and the chances of meeting someone who has coronavirus is obviously increased. So we won't be going to places, famous places like Chidori Gafuchi or anything like that. We may go locally, but then that again depends on the crowds, because it tends to be that around this time of year when people go on Hanami, which Hanami just basically means like a flower watching party or picnic. But when people do that, generally why are we still getting, we must be in some kind of fog bank or something, I guess. But generally people have to crowd together because there's just so many people in a small area in a park, all trying to get a good view of the cherry blossoms, or partaking in, there's generally stalls and things that will sell, different types of food and beer and stuff like that. So people generally are kind of tightly packed around that. So you're a bit worried about that in terms of maybe going to see some more transmission. And then I guess on top of that then, I suppose as a teacher, this is kind of a double-edged sword, where at the moment a lot of schools are closed. The school I work in at the moment is not, because it's a private school, and it's a preschool, even though we do teach elementary school students on Saturdays. So it means that I've been able to work, but I'm leaving my job. Tomorrow is my last day, so tomorrow's Saturday here, so the day before this video goes live. I'll be leaving that job tomorrow, and then I've got to go find another job. So the fact that the state schools apparently are going to be opening back up. They've been closed the last month and a bit, because at the moment we're kind of in year-end mode. And then they were closed for a month before the year end as well. But the fact they're opening back up will mean obviously that there's more chance of maybe things getting spread, but then on the plus side, there's more chance of me finding a new job. So it's kind of it's a double-edged sword, because here we don't have any lockdowns or even social distancing in place or anything like that, and because of that, then there's no kind of compensation for people who, you know, if your job is closed down or anything like that. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting few months to come, especially since I got to the point where I had kind of resigned myself to the fact that we were leaving Japan. I was sad about it, but I knew it was happening and kind of came around to the idea. And I was looking forward to seeing family back in Ireland, and now my mindset needs to, this is not good. 39%, 20, okay, we could try and destroy it. Okay, regrettable, but these things must be done. A ruinous victory. Bullets were powerless, clubs barely more so. At last you finished it yourself with a sledgehammer. Not before it wreaked havoc among your crew. So we lose one clayman. So this is the second time this has happened on this voyage, and we lose one crew as well. Okay, well, let's continue on. Yeah, so kind of got to change my mindset into being here, and obviously not knowing how long more we're going to be here. So it's not a case of we haven't decided that we're going to stay another year, because then I could kind of, I think if we did that, I could kind of get my head around it a bit more. Whereas, I should actually check the map as well. Okay, I'm just checking to see if we've got every piece of the map now. I think we do though. But yeah, it's different when you're like, there's no certainty of when things are going to end, and everybody is affected by that. It's not just me, like, so I'm not kind of thinking that I'm special or anything like that about it, but still, it is kind of, it's difficult when I don't know, like, when I'm gonna rebook my flights, when we're gonna go to Ireland, what the situation's gonna be like. So, you know, kind of the way everybody's feeling now, very much in limbo. But, you know, the main thing I would say to anybody is, you know, look after the ones you love, and we should be going up because we're not going to go near the door machine right now. So let's head up to Zelo Town. But yeah, like, looking after your loved ones is the most important thing right now. And you know, having lost my dad about a year and a half ago now, and then my mum being, you know, being pretty elderly and being one of like in the very at-risk category as well from this whole thing. Like, it's kind of you know, I'm very worried about her, and I just want the people that I love to be safe, and I hope for those watching as well that, you know, the people that you care about and love are safe too. But on that note, I would just like to say, look after yourself, keep yourself safe, and I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it, if you're kind of in lockdown a bit bored, hope it'll relieve some of the boredom. I hope to see you all next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right, and check out some other videos here on the left.